Ni hao everyone, and welcome to the Chinese Grand Prix here at the Shanghai International Circuit. Been a while, of course, since anyone raced at this track, but it is a good track for racing. I've had some bangers here over the years. Also, the weather can play its part at this circuit, and tyre wear is huge, so it should be an interesting race strategy-wise. I'm sure we'll see multiple stops going on here. The left front takes a bit of a beating, and there's some hard traction zones. And so after quali, here we go. I qualified 5th, just ahead of my teammate. I'm in our battle for the Constructors' title with Mercedes. Hopefully we can make an inroads on their lead. And so here we are on the grid then. 2 lights, 1 light. And go. Quite a pause there on the lights. We nearly stall on the grid actually. And whoa! There was an Alpine on the grass trying to overtake us. As we go to the long first and second corner into the third corner. And we've dropped down now to P7 behind the Williams of K-Pax and our teammate also. And what's worse is the second Mercedes, who had a poor qualifying, is directly behind us now. As K-Pax and Scama, the Williams versus the Aston. Side to side. Both seem to suffer a lot of understeer there. As the first half of the lap is complete. Who is that going wide? There's an AlphaTauri who is Beastjerker going wide. And we're going to have a look on the outside of K-Pax. Nothing doing there. But what we will do is, the great thing about some of these corners is there's so many different lines to take, and we seem to have got our tyres up to temperature much quicker than K-Pax's. The run from that corner, as our teammate Scama also makes light work of Chief Beastjerker. And our straight line speed is that good. Our run was that good. We're going to have a go up the inside. And now it's a traction race up to the last corner, but we've made that stick. And so 4th and 5th now for the Aston Martins. What I'm hoping this doesn't do is allow the 2 leaders to check out if we're battling. But there is already quite a gap to the front 2. Not sure in what order they are currently, but up there are the 2 championship protagonists, Elle and Luke. So I think the best thing for the moment, Chris Allen was much quicker in qualifying than myself and Scama. So if we can stick within the DRS, that will probably be the way. And hopefully get dragged up to the 2 leaders. Although at the moment it seems the medium tyres have much more performance than those hards.
Okay, clear.
Haven't avoided starting on soft tyres. The strategy is going to be very interesting around here. I think we can guarantee Chris Allen's on a 1-stop. He'll go as long into the race as he can before stopping at the end. Whereas at the moment I'm thinking a medium hard. So it'll be slightly earlier as Scama gets past Chris Allen. And Chris Allen also misses the apex, runs wide. And we're going to have a run. And he backs out, he yields the position. We get caught on the curb a little bit, but we get away with that one. But look what that battling's done. Elle already 3.5 seconds in front of this now after 3 laps. It'll be interesting to see what our pace is like. Lap 3. Are we on the pace as the leaders? And how much we'll battle in each other, take out of each other. But lap 3, and we're in P4. Not a bad start. But I do think with a better start, we may have been up with Al and Luke at this point. And so as we jump now to lap 5, you can see the gap to Luke has got no bigger. But I think Skarma may be starting to struggle on his tyres. And we're closer now than we've been. Duck out slightly just to make sure I know where the braking zone is. Last thing we'd want to do with a position such as this is to take each other out. But there is a bit of a train forming, a 4-car train here with K-Pax just behind the Mercedes of Chris Allen. And now we're going to make this move. And that's done before the hairpin. Normally I'd cut back onto the racing line because it's my teammate. Not risking that. That'll look very silly. So, gap 3.5 seconds currently. On to lap 6. Make that 2.8 actually. I think Al and Luke are doing their own battles as well. It's a shame the battles at the start, if I'm honest, because I think, as it currently is on lap 6, this could have been quite the scrap. Yellow flag somewhere, that turns green rather quickly. Don't think strategy-wise anyone would benefit from any kind of safety car now. Maybe slightly too early for a 2-stop. Definitely too early for a 1-stop, I'd have thought. And so your top 6 as it stands: Elle, Luke, myself, Skarma, Chris Allen and K-Pax. All within around about 5 seconds. But still, there's multiple ways to go from here. We could pit slightly earlier, go on the hards until the end. We could pit around the same time, medium soft and then soft medium, a 2-stopper. Or we could try and take these mediums as far as we can, go hang slightly for a safety car and stick a set of softs on at the end, because the undercut here is absolutely massive. So it's going to be very, very interesting. So the opening salvo of the race is now complete. Nearly got stuck on that curb again there. And so things are just slightly calming, but I'm sure they're going to pick up in the next few laps once strategies become more obvious. Rears didn't grip as well as I'd want them to there. But as we go to lap 10, I feel as though I'm struggling slightly with the mediums now. I wouldn't say I'm under pressure from Skarma, but he's definitely in my mirrors. As Luke last pits, and that's very early. So what tyres will he go on from there? He could make the hards go till the end. But even for that strategy, it's still quite early. 18 laps on the hard tyres here. That'll hurt towards the end, it really will. You can see by my tyre usage, we're under 50% still. So I get the feeling at this point, Luke will be going for the 2-stop. K-Pax was also on the back of this train also, he's boxed. And I believe he's gone on medium, so I assume from here K-Pax will be going to the end. So it's highly likely here that K-Pax will have undercut us, the undercut being that big here. So I think instead of boxing to react to anything such as that, the best strategy would be to create a tyre offset later in the race and claw that time back. There's also the issue pitting now as well, the possibility of being stuck in a bit of traffic. So too early for myself for a stop yet. However, the Astons have decided to split strategy. Skarma will box now for hards, And L is also boxed. And so we take the lead. And another driver to look out for here is Trill in P3. So Chris Allen, I think, definitely a one stop on the hards. Our tyre wear doesn't seem too horrendous currently. Our pace isn't too bad. So as you can see, L and Luke both went mediums. They will have to box again. So they will have to, if we go for a one-stopper, overtake us on track. And you can see how much Al and Luke caught up since the pit stops. However, we're still going to continue to try and create that tyre offset. As Chris Allen's got a run on us now, he's going to shoot up the inside. And he's gone deep, so we're going to come back underneath him. That we do. Just couldn't get the brake jammed on in time. And that gives us a reprieve for this lap anyway. So Al and Luke are catching, but are they catching quick enough at this point? As our left front, I did say at the start, that's the most vulnerable tyre, and that's already at 61%. And I can feel the car now starting to understeer. And I don't think there's too much of a need if Chris Allen, the Mercedes behind us, gets a run on me. There's not too much of a need to defend. But we are slowly getting into, if I box now, a set of softs may get to an end. But no one's done a stint on the softs yet, so there's no one to compare to. So I've got no idea if a set of softs will last. ERS management also rather difficult on this track. There's Chris Allen now for the second time, he gets the run on us. And I think we're definitely at the point where the hards are quicker than the mediums. Back end
Okay, we've lost a position.
doesn't want to stick. And Chris Allen now boxes. And so the pit window has opened for the softs. Trill is also now pitted.
Okay,
I assume he'll go soft. So that's
seconds.
someone else that will have undercut us. So again, we're going to try and go further. Lap 16 currently. We'll try and go a little bit further to create the offset.
Strategy complete.
And so as we come out on lap 18, we've just about come out ahead of that McLaren. And we've got our old friend Rob in the Mercedes ahead of us. And it's important we get hold ahead of Rob. I imagine he will try and defend. Although it'll be difficult, but he will try and defend just for the sake of his teammate Chris Allen may be vulnerable later on. Possibly. And you can see just 2 laps how much of a gap Trill got on us. We were leading him by 3 seconds. He's now 3.5, nearly 4 up the road. And you can also see what kind of condition Rob's tyres are in. New tyres on this track. Massive, massive difference maker. As with that, we get that much traction compared to Rob. Onto the back straight. Really ran to the back of him, it surprised me actually. Just how much traction I had to check on myself. And so, next on the list is Trill or K-Pax. I imagine Trill, if it's anything like Rob was, will make easy work of K-Pax on those softs anytime soon. So So on to lap 19. And so we've got onto the back of K-Pax now.
0.3 seconds.
Didn't take us long at all. Didn't take Trill long at all to pass and gap him either. Luke and Al are going to have to box at some point. And well, we've definitely undercut them. I was ahead of them when I boxed anyway. And just look how much later I can brake than K-Pax here. And I'm going to out-drag him quite easily. K-Pax pits off the hards, so he's not happy with those hard tyres. And this is the lap for Luke pits. So we're now 5th. L leading, followed by Skarma, followed by Chris Allen, followed by Trill. You've got Craig Brook behind, and then Chubby Slug, who got off them hard tyres very early days. You can already see the wear on these soft tyres. As L is boxed now as well, so that moves us up to P4, and this is now the battle for the win. This Trill gets on the curb and got a bit squiddly there. This is the battle for the win. However, Luke and Al are also on their way. So any time wasted here could make their life a hell of a lot easier. There's Trill and Chris Allen now side by side going down the back straight. We've run out of ERS, so we won't be there. As Chris Allen gets ahead and then swipes over to defend. He's got the inside line, there's some contact. We missed the apex. If we'd have hit that apex, we may have possibly out-dragged one of them, or maybe even both of them out of that corner. But we were sat there in amazement. And now can we make the move on Trill? We're going to have a look at the inside. That's not going to happen. We're going to have a look on the outside, are we? Can we carry more pace? We can. We're much more confident in Trill is up there. And we're going to squeeze our way onto the apex, so that's P3. But Trill is still there. He's still on the right to us. And he's now going to have the inside line. We're going to give him the space. He reaches the apex, and now it's a drag race. It's pure traction coming out of here. Our soft tyres about 2-3 laps younger. We'll win that. And now it's for that Merc in the Aston Martin sandwich. We are the 2 slices of bread, and here's the filling. And we're feeling very racy. We've also got the threat of Luke and L on their way. Oh, Chris Allen's going to get on the curb. He had a snap, so that's that route. We're through there. Thing is, can Chris Allen come back at us? He's got more straight line speed. He's definitely got more ERS, I imagine. We're going to go on the inside to avoid... Oh, we've hit our teammate! And that's allowed Chris Allen back through. Has it? We're going to defend it. Oh, we've got wide. And through goes Trill. And we may even lose to Chris Allen here. Yeah, Trill shuts that door, and I imagine Chris Allen's going to poke it around the outside and he gets the inside line for the next corner. So he hit our teammate. It was a bit Max Verstappen-esque, except I haven't got the talent and he's got youth in his side compared to me. No harm done. Skarma still leads, but look at the gap Luke's closing. All this is doing here is handing the advantage to those behind who've got younger tyres as Chris gets out on the marbles. And I think our teammate Skarma is struggling on these hard tyres. I mean, the ideal thing here would be for me to get ahead of this train and hope Skarma blocks everyone for me before my tyres die for good. There's Chris Allen, he just can't put the power down. He gets another snap coming out of the snail onto the back straight. He's going to tuck in behind us and hope that he gets some kind of drag reduction. As we, struggling to put the power down. Trill has got past Skarma. And Luke is right on the back of this battle now. And what was a 4-car battle for the lead will soon turn into a 6-car battle. Will Chris Allen think of the move this time? No, he's not close enough. The delightful thing about this first corner here at China, well, this complex of corners, is there are so many different lines you can take. There's Luke behind the Mercedes in our mirrors. Oh! Chris Allen went diving around the outside. It was bold, it was brave, it was fucking stupid. And that's allowed Luke and it's allowed Elle through. And team orders may have to come into play here, but I've sensed the gap. I'm going to try and squeeze in. I've made that work. I've hung Skarma out to dry though. He's stuck on the curb and through goes Luke. Possibly not the best team game I've played there, but I felt it important. And Mike Crack was doing sod all about it. However, this may have cost the potential of a race win. We'll see what kind of pace Luke's got, although he's very slippery at a straight line. And here he comes. And there he goes. Oh no! A teammate hits us. Was that revenge for the instant half a lap ago? We'll never know. But a bit of retaliation there from our teammates. Is he quick enough? No, he's going to have to back out of that one. And the top 5 or 6 just changing every single lap. As now Elle tries to move on Skarma behind us, and we really, really need Skarma to defend for our behalf. Forget the violence that's occurred between us. And how quick can we get past Trill? I feel we've got the pace on Trill. So him blocking Luke would be very nice. And there's the yellow flag and Elle spun somewhere. So Elle is currently out of the conversation, so it's the top 5 now. We've gone from 6 to 5. As Chris Allen rejoins the party as well, although he has picked up a 3-second penalty somewhere. And I think Luke's about to make the move on Trill. Is Chris Allen about to make a move on Skarma? I'm not sure, but there's Luke. Luke's in the lead now. And that gap at 2 seconds. And as we go to lap 27, we've caught up with Trill. Luke's pulled out a second gap on us. I think his fresher tyres have come into play, because I think at the start of the race we had similar pace. And so now we have 1 lap of the Shanghai International Circuit to move up into P2. As we head now down towards the pit straight for the last time into probably one of the most difficult corners, I think, on the F1 calendar. Brake, throttle constantly. Downhill into this corner. Trill's tyres are screaming now. We've seen some moves here. Danny Rick springs to mind on Bottas for the lead a few years ago, but we're not close enough this time. And if my tyres are on 53%, Trill's must be mid-60s, easily. Luke has checked out, but there is still this battle for second. As I go through the quick, turn 6, turn 7, constant G-force of about 3 Gs. Slow it down. We take a bit of a tight line, easy to lose traction through there. As I go to what I call the second snail of the track. Trill takes a late apex, it's really important. Probably the most important corner on the track, this one battling. We're both going to deplete all our energy as we go down here now. This straight is equal to 3.5 of the world's biggest aircraft carriers side by side. Length by length. Trill goes defensive. We're going to try. We're going to have to go on the outside. Heavy on the brakes. Trill's still got the inside line. We're going to have to go right round. Give him the apex. A traction race now. We're going to win that. And our penultimate corner, we seal P2 for a fantastic Chinese Grand Prix. And there's the podium. Luke carrying the Welsh flag proudly. Wish I was the one carrying that Welsh flag as on top step of the podium. But a good result nevertheless. We outscore Mercedes. We're now only 10 points behind him in the race for the constructors. I myself have moved up to P4 in the driver standings, overtaking my teammate and Rob in the other Mercedes-Benz. And so there's the results confirmed. L in the end only finished in 8th place after contact with Skarma. It's Saijan from me, and we're off to Monza next week. Goodbye.